It didn't put me
Oh.
on. That's a welcome to the morning spike. We talk about all things football. We talking about Dynasty. We talking about anything with fantasy football purposes. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Mark. What's going on, man?
Not much. How are you? How you dealing with the news?
First of all, there's no news. I don't care what you
Okay.
say. There's no news. Matter of fact, I'm actually getting updates right now to telling me that Minnesota is more interested in Kirk Cousins than they are of Justin Fields right now.
Oh, interesting.
So and that right now there is, was it 4 teams that are interested in him, saying that it's the Steelers, the Raiders, the Vikings, and Atlanta's still interested, but they just might be more interested in Kirk Cousins because they don't have to give up any draft capital.
Right? You just gotta give up the money.
Exactly. And then they'll still draft a quarterback.
Well, I feel like with Kirk Cousins' age, you kind of have to.
But I mean, I
Regardless of
think
what you do.
that also allows you to win now and possibly win later.
Yep.
So I can't fault them for doing those things. It makes perfect sense, right?
No, it does. I was just talking about, I heard that there's already like a principal agreement with the Falcons and Fields.
And then that's what Schefter came back and said, I'll be very surprised if that's the case because, they're more interested in Kirk Cousins right now. And they're actually entertaining the idea of Kirk Cousins coming down there.
Interesting.
What do you think about that before we get into all this other fun stuff?
Well, I'm kind of excited for Kirk Cousins that people are actually like, oh, I want him because, like I know you guys had the moniker for him that, Prime Meridian Kirk Cousins, and I've been saying at least for 3 or 4 years he's in the upper echelon of QBs. And before his injury, he literally was on pace to like have a career year. He probably would have been the MVP if he didn't get hurt.
No, because they would have had some primetime games and then he wouldn't have shown up.
Nah, he still would have.
He does not show up during primetime.
He was having a good year, though.
He does not. If it's a noon game, he'll kill it. He'll kill it during noon games. Oh, yeah. No one else is watching? Got you.
You think everybody's going to wait for their schedules to be released before they entertain signing Cousins? Oh, we're all afternoon. Cousins, you're our guy. Come on.
As long as you have a receiver like Justin Jefferson, it makes sense. I mean, he was Prime Meridian if he didn't have the best receiver in the game. The best receiver in the game changes everybody, changes all things. So I mean, I think it's going to be very interesting. Justin Fields, Atlanta makes a lot of sense, but Kirk Cousins' wife is from Atlanta, from Georgia too. So like, that'll be an opportunity for him to take his family over there, and I can see a scenario when Justin Fields is not getting the compensation that the Bears want, and the Bears hold on to him a little bit longer. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. And I hate the idea though. Just so you know, I do hate this idea. It's killing me.
I know you do.
I'm telling you, like, I might come on with a Justin Fields Atlanta Falcons jersey on. I might be a free agent, guys. I might be a free agent. The 39
when I
years
saw
of
the
my
news,
life.
when I saw the news, I was like, well, Brian's going to be a Falcons fan now. I'm going to have to deal with 2 of them. We already got half of the Chicago. I was like, they're gonna trade for Fields. They're gonna bring in Eddie Jackson to be cross from Bates. I was like, it's just what's gonna happen, They're gonna be Chicago South.
I 100% believe that Eddie Jackson thing is happening.
You think so?
I really do. I
do too. That's as soon as I saw he was released, I was like, oh, there's Atlanta's other safety. Yep. That literally is what came into my mind when I saw that he was released.
That's
there
hilarious.
you go.
Oh man, I just just to kind of get back to the combine. What do you think about Caleb Williams not going through medical? He's not releasing any of his medicals. He didn't go through any of the stuff with the doctors. He says, no, I'm going to be on my own terms during my pro day. Do you think he has something to hide?
I don't think he has anything to hide. I don't know.
Then why?
I honestly don't know. Like, I would just be like, here you go. But I mean, I don't know. He's him, I guess. I don't know. He's going to do what he's going to do.
I just feel like he's becoming so much. He's been so much. And the one time that we try for a quarterback, at the first pick, we don't get the dude that's a prima donna that doesn't want to do any of this stuff.
Right. Well, better you to take him than us. That's all I got.
Oh my god, I don't want to do that at all. We got Braden in here. The Steelers have started the process of rebuilding around QB Kenny Pickett per Fowler, ESPN. Pickett is likely to get another chance next season under new offensive coordinator Arthur Smith.
Yeah, I already figured that the Steelers are out of almost any big name. I still think there's a chance they draft a guy later and they maybe bring in Tannehill.
I think they bring in Tannehill.
But
100%.
other than that, they're not going to make any big splash at the QB because they're still going to go in with Pickett.
I think they like Justin Fields, but I think the problem is that 20th pick, they need to get offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
No matter who it is. I mean, yes, Justin Fields can run around, but you need to be able to block for him regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's 7 offensive tackles that I could see going in the top 40 picks. I think it's 5 that go in the top 20.
Mm-hmm.
With that type of talent, you need to get offensive tackle during this draft. And I can't see Pittsburgh not doing it.
Right. No, I can't either.
Anthony says he's hiding something, plus his father is acting like his agent. Okay.
Well, that's nothing new.
I understand this. So if you're the number 1 pick overall, and once again, remember, I'm not a Caleb fan at all, even a little bit. but if you're the number 1 pick,
me either.
you are guaranteed like in there somewhere between $11 to $13 million. That's going to be your contract. Now, if you hire an agent, it's going to cost you 5% of that. Over the lifetime of that contract, you're basically giving away $1.5 million. What's the point? It's already a tiered thing.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I give it to someone else that I don't know, that doesn't mean anything? And you can't just make your mom or dad your agent because NFL doesn't allow that. You have to pass an NFL exam, and you have to be a lawyer. And there's so many things.
Didn't Lamar get in trouble when his mom was trying to do negotiations for him?
Exactly. So, like, if Caleb is, I mean, I understand what they're doing. They're saying, I'm not giving away my $1.5 million.
Right. It's a given he's going to go in the top 3, not even top 2, most likely the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Like, you already know what's going to structure. Like, I don't need an agent until my rookie year comes up, basically.
Exactly. I don't need an agent until I'm talking to other people about, other stuff. But as far as this contract right here, he doesn't need an agent. I think that's actually a smart move. And as much as I love Marvin Harrison Jr., he's doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, you know you're going to be a top 3 pick.
Yep.
4 if it falls through somehow.
Yeah.
You know where you're going to be. So, like, I don't see why it's important to have an agent going into those things. So if you're asking for that money,
it's not like you get drafted and you have to negotiate a whole 5-6 year contract or anything. Like, everything's already tiered. Like, it's all laid out.
Number 1 contract. This is what it is.
You're the number 1 pick. You're this position. Here's your money.
Exactly.
Like, that's basically how it goes.
And his dad will be there regardless, because if I've been there my entire life for my son, I'm going to be there during all these negotiations. And it's not really negotiating. There's nothing to negotiate. So, whatever.
Well, I mean, I think there's signing bonus and something else, but even that is basically already
you look at the last one and you say, that's what I want.
You look at the last one, you're like another extra 500,000 or something.
Exactly.
Inflation.
So no, the most an agent can take is 3% in NFL. Yeah, but even at 3%, it's still between $1 to $1.5 million. So if it was 11, let's say it's a $12 million deal for 4 years. That's $48 million plus your signing bonus, whatever your signing bonus is. Let's just say $50 million. Now, take 3% of that. Why are you just giving that up? There's no reason to. You got to pay taxes on it. You got to do all that stuff. So, I mean, I can see what he's thinking. What is it?
1.5 million.
Just saying.
Literally. 1.5 million.
I mean, and that's just
3% of 50.
Rudimentary math. That's just regular math.
Yep.
You're literally saving that money. The money you want to buy a house with is what you're doing right now. Say, I want to buy this house. I'm not paying it. I'm not giving it to this agent.
Basically.
So, I mean, Caleb's father wants him to not have a rookie deal, just skip it, go on a real deal. I know, dude. I don't even know he's the best quarterback. I think
They
Jay Daniels.
want ownership. That's never going to happen either.
I think Jay Daniels is actually a better quarterback. I honestly think that he's going to be better in the NFL than Caleb. One thing I am excited about Caleb is that he is 6'1". He's a little bit over 6'1" and 1/8 or something like that. So he is at least 6'1". But I am worried about anyone who's played football as long as he's played that doesn't want to do medicals. Does that mean what if you have inflammation in your elbow? Maybe when you're doing all these different arm angles, does it affect your shoulder? You have rotator cuff problems. You know, like there's reasons why I would be very hesitant, especially with all this stuff coming out.
Yep.
Knowing I'm a Bears fan, you know and I'm a Justin Fields fan. I really don't want to talk about Caleb Williams much more. But I will say this: when we talk about quarterbacks coming in the combine, when I was watching it, I was very underwhelmed. The quarterbacks that threw were not throwing very well. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw if you saw this stuff, but it just was not. It was not interesting. I was underwhelmed, very much so. Did you see any of it?
Yeah, I saw a little bit. The Tennessee quarterback though, kind of, I was like 73.5 yards,
Yeah.
and then he like launched it like 62 point something miles an hour. I was like shocked. JJ McCarthy was second in that. By the way, just gonna throw that out there.
JJ McCarthy's going to be second in everything. They just never let him throw in Michigan. I think only one who didn't hurt themselves was JJ. I think JJ helped himself. He's still
the only
strong arm.
bad thing JJ had happened was probably the receiver's fault because he fell down during a drill. But yeah, outside of JJ just being solid, like not great, but solid. And then that Tennessee, that guy's built too. I was like, I thought Will Levis was big. Good Lord. I was like, where did this guy come from?
But that kind of makes sense though. I mean, you saw that they've had great quarterbacks one after another recently.
Oh, Joe Milton, that's his name.
Yeah. I don't like how Joe Milton
holds the ball. No, someone's gonna take a flyer out on him in like probably the third round now.
I mean, they say he was the number one thing on the arm mutant. He's saw how he throws the ball, these beautiful balls coming out of his hand. And I always caution people about that because once again, they're in shorts and t-shirts.
Right. Now do that when you have Nick Bosa charging at you.
Exactly. And the last time you guys fell in love with someone's arm at the combine, Zach Wilson happened.
Right.
Do you really want to go there? Do you really want to be that guy? No one wants to be that guy. But I will say about this.
He has permission to seek a trade.
Exactly. Joe Milton's 6'5", 235.
Mm-hmm.
That's a monster.
Yeah. I told you. I saw him and I was like, whoa. Who is? I had to do some research. I was like, I've never heard of this guy. Out here launching the ball 73 yards down the field.
I think
for perspective, the longest throw last year was Josh Allen to Gabe Davis for 63. And he did 10 yards on top of that. And he not only that, he made it look like they said he just flicked his wrist. Yeah. And he threw it 30 yards.
It wasn't like he wasn't even trying. And all that stuff.
He wasn't even. He literally just went, whoop, and you see the ball go. And it was accurate. Now, granted, like you said, shorts and t-shirts, but
you also got to remember, he was the MVP in 2022, the Orange Bowl. Citrus Bowl this past year. If he didn't get hurt, he probably was going to be. We probably wouldn't have gotten last year in 2023. He was going to be the starter going into for Tennessee out of 2022.
Or Hendon Hooker took over.
Yeah, Hendon Hooker wouldn't have ever taken over. That's what I'm saying. So, yes, someone takes a flyer on him. I think what he just showed is that someone's going to pick him in the third or fourth round.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's the third.
So whoever picks Kirk Cousins, what if you pick that guy?
Right. Have him behind Kirk Cousins. There you go.
And you can learn if you know anything. Kirk Cousins understands where he's coming from because he comes from a deeper in the draft. I mean,
4th round pick.
He knows how it is. He knows that he's the starter, but he only has a couple more years left. He'll be more willing to help him out. That really helps our team. I wouldn't be mad at Atlanta if they did do that.
Right.
I would not be mad. So, if Sam Hartman doesn't get drafted, at least he can cast in Hallmark movies. You see?
I'm waiting for Head and Shoulders to contact him. Bro, run his 40 in slow-mo. You see his hair?
I can be your hero. Baby.
Right?
But
yeah, I do agree. I mean, granted, the bigger people weren't there, right? Drake May wasn't there.
No, I thought that they came and they did interviews and they just did not.
Yeah, I'm saying for the drills.
Yeah.
Like Drake May, Jade Daniels. Obviously, Caleb wasn't there.
And it's funny because Jaden was going to, but then when that mock draft came out, when he was going second, he was like, maybe I won't.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to hurt my draft stock. I'm already up there. I'm sure they'll still ball out on their pro days, so
dude,
not too.
Whoever does get Jade Daniels, if it's you, I'll be so jealous. Honestly, I'll be jealous. I think that he is the star. I think he's CJ Stroud. I really, really believe that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Everyone thinks that Caleb's gonna be the guy. It's the number one guy is never the guy.
Right.
That's just the truth is. He's never the dude.
Well, except when the Colts draft him.
I don't know, even then. Because
Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck.
Well, Peyton Manning, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck, I mean,
he was the guy. He just wasn't the guy for very long. That's because they decided to not care about their offensive line. I don't know.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck's gone. We'll start bringing in these all-pro offensive linemen.
Dude, what the hell? That ain't even make any sense. Man.
Right.
All right. So speaking of offensive linemen, which one of those guys impressed you?
I really honestly didn't see much on the offensive line. So, how about you? Who do you
got? See, what's his name? Latham. I kind of knew I was going to get out of Latham. I wasn't surprised.
Wasn't there an offensive lineman that ran like a 4.7?
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I think that caught my eye. I was like, wait, wasn't there an offensive lineman, big dudes like 4.78 or something like that?
Looking like a damn train,
right? I was like, he's gonna fall. But he did it. He tried. He got through it.
So I was gonna pull up. Nathan was overall. He had a really good. He got 87. He was ranked number 1. 6'6", 335 out of Alabama. His athletic score was 73. His total score was 82. He's really fast. They love everything. Post snap, I mean, he is everything. They said he could be a Pro Bowl type of right tackle. That's the breakdown. Be a Pro Bowl type right tackle. So I mean, that would surprise me. I was gonna say for the 40, what do we have? Man, no, nothing that like kills you. I mean, everything is exactly kind of how what you. Nothing surprised me. That's what I'll say. Nothing surprised me.
I'm assuming that's the case because like that was one of the few positions where there wasn't any like, oh my god, look, that guy said outside a couple of them running pretty quick 40s for their size.
Dude, oh my god. First of all, I've never seen two guys run sub 4 340s.
Right.
What's this? Xavier Worthy, we saw was a 4.21. Officially a 4.21 40.
Yep.
What the hell?
Broke the record. Get out of here, John Ross.
So that means the Raiders have to draft him.
That's what I told Brady. I'm not gonna lie. He goes different regime, and I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
Brian Thomas Jr., who was already ranked in my top 5 as far as wide receivers. And that 4.33 was pretty impressive for me. I was happy to see that. And then who kind of surprised you overall? Nate Wiggins, when he did that, it was a 4.28.
I know Martin was kind of giving me crap. Like, I heard of this guy, and I know Martin's super high on him, but like I hadn't really done research on him. But then he comes to the combine, and I was like, bro, this dude's gonna be amazing. And that would be Wilson, the linebacker.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's like 4.43 speed. He's like number one in almost like everything.
Every category.
Yeah, I was like, oh. That's the only reason I was like out of nowhere. Like, I know he was highly touted and he's gonna go fairly high, but I was like, now he could go super high.
I already had Peyton Wilson in the top 40 picks or so. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think he might have just locked himself in the first round for sure.
I mean, his play in North Carolina State was good. He's obviously a really good reader of the field. He's good sideline to sideline. It's not just his speed, but it's also his vertical agility. It's really good too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's still a back end of the first round type guy. He got ranked second overall for all linebackers.
There you go. Behind Turner, probably.
Yep, exactly. It's very long, but I like to see is when I look at linebackers, I want to see if they actually play multiple sports. Because I always felt the best linebackers play basketball too, or baseball, are able to move and have that agility and see those things. So
it was official 4.44.
Yeah,
still pretty quick though.
Anthony says Michael Penix Jr. showing everybody his true team spirit wearing purple. I mean, come on, that's what I would do too. Get hurt and they can still bring me back.
Right.
When you watch the combine, was it the wide receivers making the QBs look bad or the QBs making the wide receivers look bad? I think the wide receivers were running awful. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Like, they were running awful routes. And as a quarterback, your job is to throw to the spot. If they're not going to be at the spot, your job is to make sure you know what you're doing. You show that you're doing the right thing. So I think the wide receivers were not doing well. Even though it's a very deep wide receiver draft, I just didn't think that those guys cared. They're out there. All right. We are, our IDP show more than anything. So what defensive player besides what you said, Wilson, with Peyton Wilson, surprised you?
I'll talk about. There's two that I saw because I was doing some research and I did top 5 defensive guys, and there was 2 that continuously were on the list that I kind of didn't even really know about. One of them being Brandon Fisk, defensive tackle out of Florida State.
Oh yeah, the one to do that. He was a 4.7.
4.78. Yep.
Tackle. Yeah.
Yep. Like, he apparently was turning heads, and then also Chop Robinson, edge out of Penn State.
Oh, Chop is already a first rounder.
Yeah.
What about Murphy, Byron Murphy?
Oh, Murphy. Yep.
That's the one.
He's on the list too. We have 4.87, 4.88.
Who the hell is going to step in front of you? Not I. I tell you that much. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's on the list too.
My problem with Murphy is that he's under 6'1" and under 300 pounds.
Yeah, he came in at 298. I was like, oof.
Yep.
Bro's gotta get bigger. Gotta get bigger.
Yeah, and then
unless he plays the edge at a 3-4, like defensive end, not edge, but defensive end.
He's a 3 technique. But when you look at 3 techniques, usually their vertical is like explosive, or their broad jump is explosive. Like you looking at over almost a 10-foot broad jump or an incredible vertical. He's not even that strong. Like to do 28, okay, relatively 28 reps on the bench press is good. It is very good coming out of college. But this old man right here could go there and do 32 right now.
He has 33-inch vertical too.
33 inches is about average because he's not over 300 pounds.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean, what do I think he's going to be? Would you be surprised if he becomes Ed Oliver?
I could see that.
I think that's a good comp.
That's a good comparison. Yeah.
For him, I would love. I think Ed Oliver is a really good one with him. He's lean though, so
Yeah,
I mean,
you need to bulk up a bit.
Or he becomes Aaron Donald, but Aaron Donald has this incredible strength. That's why.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be another kind of comp, but like I don't know. This thing, like you said, Aaron Donald has like this like internal strength that like almost comes out of nowhere. He's like, oh, you're 50, 60 pounds bigger than me. Bye.
I was gonna pick you up and throw.
Yeah. Well, I think he uses it like I think he uses his legs, like he explodes up and moves them out of the way.
Yeah, because he plays with great leverage. So, I mean,
exactly.
And being, I guess that's
leverage.
Being 6'1" does help you in those type of moves.
But he's like mastered it to the point where he's like, it don't matter who's in front of me.
It's going
Goodbye.
It doesn't matter what 3 people are in front of me. I'm going to move them all. That's what it's. Exactly. I agree. It says Aaron Donald.
I know. That's why I said it's hard to use them. But I mean, he kind of has the same. Although I think Donald's actually 10. Isn't he like 280?
That now.
Yeah. I think
he was so undersized. Everyone was like, I don't know, but.
Oh yeah, when he came in, I don't even think he was 270 maybe.
I think he was 275, and they didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
It was like, what position are you going to play, man?
He was very undersized coming in.
All right, we got Anthony in there says, how do you feel about Cole Bishop? Cole Bishop is a safety out of Utah?
Could be.
I believe because he ran like a 4.45 vertical. I know his vertical. He had a pretty amazing he was 4.45 40. He had like a 38.9 or 40-inch vertical. The dude was super explosive. He had a broad jump. Remember I told you over the 10-foot broad jump tells you how explosive someone really is?
Mm-hmm.
He did 10.4.
Yep, there you go. 6'2". He's also big. Oh, he's the 6'2" guy that ran the super fast 40.
And they were looking like, what?
Yeah, they were like, how are you 6'2" and this fast?
Yeah, and then
that was Cole Bishop. Okay.
He has that incredible burst. I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I think that he. So I don't remember if we were watching it, but I was talking to Martin about his tape, and specifically we were looking at when he made plays. He made plays for himself. You know what? And what I mean is that when you're a safety, you're supposed to be a safety, right? You're supposed to be the safety valve for everything. A lot of the times when you're watching him, he made plays. Just he'll vacate his situation. He'll leave the middle of the field to try to go get an interception, and then someone will come underneath and get a catch and go up. It's going to really depend on his discipline because obviously his ability is off the chart.
Gotcha. Kind of like a Chase Young-esque player, but in the safety position.
Exactly.
I'm going for the court. Oh, that was a run play. Oops. As he just watches the guy right down the field behind him.
Which is funny. I'm talking about all these great stats and everything. Hey, you don't see a lot of white DBs, man. You don't see a lot of white DBs. And the fact that he's white with all these crazy athletic ability and all these.
And then you got Wilson at the line. I'm like, oh.
Exactly.
What's happening? And then Dijon too.
Exactly.
Dude, what's happening right now?
Like, oh man, we're gonna have safeties and corners and running backs coming out and being the best ones. So hey, I think this is what it is, though. I think everything is becoming you're getting people that are focusing on one sport now. So it levels the playing field. A lot of times it's like, do you want it? How much do you want it? Now it's like, I got a coach that can specialize in this stuff. And I'm gonna learn how to do this. I do want to remind everybody though that this stuff is about this is just for show. Really need to watch the tape, see how people play, how they move in space, That
That's
matters
what Caleb
way more than
Williams
all
said.
this other crap.
Yeah, that's what Caleb Williams said in his
Yeah,
press conference.
F Caleb.
I got 30 plus games. Go watch and see how I really bowl.
Oh, I don't know because I can't see your medicals. Hate so much. Oh God. What's up, Anzo? We were just talking about your Steelers not taking Justin Fields, probably moving building around Kenny Pickett again. Give him another year, which I think if you give him one, you have to give him two.
Yeah,
because you're not going to have quarterbacks next year.
Yeah.
You're never going to draft high, so it doesn't even matter.
That's true too.
Because Mike Tomlin just will not allow it.
Even with Kenny Pickett, you'll still finish, 9-8, 10-7.
Always. That's just what you can do it with Mr. Trubisky. Whoa. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe not Mr. Trubisky.
Maybe not Mr. Trubisky.
All right. Is Dalen Holker all hype or is he a top 2 rounder? So I honestly I don't believe he's a top 2 rounder. I went through my fantasy draft. I went through my whole draft, and first off, tight end is already a position that is very top heavy. Like once you get through your Brock, you go Bowser, like that's it. A Bowser, that's it. There's no one else in the first round that I would draft. That being said, 4.78 40 is pretty good. I don't mind seeing what he did. I think he's not really explosive. I think he's a 3rd, 4th rounder.
Take him in the
3rd, 4th, yeah. He's dynamic catcher. I think he's probably your 3rd or 4th guy that comes off. 3rd or 4th guy that comes off the board.
Yeah, like you said, after Bowers on this one, we said it going into last year, like get a tight end this year.
Yep.
You're gonna get one next year unless you have a higher first to get that one, and then after that, it's done.
So I mean, I don't think he's a top 2 rounder. I think he's a late 3rd, early 4th.
He said, "I don't mind keeping him. Just hope he gets better."
I can see it.
Braden.
If the Bears draft JJ, like literally, I won't just stop being a Bears fan. I will move.
Well, you're already moving. But,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a threat that was!
It's true. Like, I'm already moving. You see my blank background, that's already happening.
It's true, but Tip Raymond has hands.
I actually saw Tip Raymond. I don't remember where was I looking at. I think we were doing research about who we were going to look at. And I remember seeing from Illinois, and I was like,
70. Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge for a tight end.
Yeah, Ryman is a dude. And it's not just he was 270. You also know he ran like a 4.6 40, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he ran like a 4.6 40.
6'5", 270, and he's out here. What is he, defensive end? That's like defensive end measurables.
No, his athletic score is off the charts. The thing that really impresses you is like his 20-yard shuttle, a 4.26 20-yard shuttle. And remember when I told you about 28 reps at bench for a defensive tackle is not a lot? He did 28 reps on bench at tight end.
Holy moly.
And remember I said also that 10-foot broad jump is the thing that tells you about the explosion? 10-foot one.
Illinois not use the tight end.
The quarterback was always under pressure.
Oh, okay, so there you go. That makes sense.
That's kind of what it was. So I mean, no, I think this guy has.
I gotta imagine he could block.
Oh yeah, he could block. He blocks well.
I was gonna say he has to be a good blocker with those measurables. Like good.
He blocks really well.
I changed my mind. I want this guy.
He has better hands than he has. He's even a blocker, but he couldn't, get out there. Illinois just it wasn't a pass first offense.
Makes sense.
So, Tip Raymond is I mean, out of my alma mater, I'm all for him. I think he overall, he's a top 10 tight end. I think that someone takes a flyer on him somewhere in the 5th or 6th round, which is not a bad thing. Because when you really think, I mean, look at the best tight ends out there. You know, all of them, none of them were really drafted in the first round. You know, George Kittle. What Kittle's a 3rd or 4th rounder?
Yeah, he was.
You
He
know,
was a late rounder.
this is what you get. You got to find these guys who do sub 7-second cone drills.
Slightly bigger George Kittle. That could be a good comp for him.
Yeah,
good
so,
blocker.
I mean,
Clearly has decent speed.
Yeah. Brian going to move into that house, then draft day. Okay, family, moving again. JJ McCarthy's on the Bears. All right, pack it all up, guys. Wrap it all up. I'm out. We're moving to Indiana, guys. I can't do this anymore.
Did you hear? I could pop the champagne.
What happened?
You cut Charles Leno Jr.
Man, dude. I told you this dude was
He's gone. He's gone.
He was literally the worst thing that happened to your team.
We got rid of him and Logan Thomas.
Oh, yeah, so you guys need a tight end again now.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Logan Thomas was never a tight end.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he came in as a QB, but
Yeah. I mean, I remember him from Virginia Tech playing QB, and remember how stiff he was.
Mm-hmm. And we're currently in discussions with Cam Curl for an extension. So I was like, thank God.
Yeah. I thought Curl
like
was
him. Yeah. I thought maybe 2, but I was like, lock him down. All right, cool.
Hey, you can go get Jonnu Smith now, right?
Yeah. Also, Tyron Smith, because apparently he's leaving Dallas.
He's leaving Dallas. Yeah. I'm out.
I was like, go with Dan Quinn. I'll take you.
Oh, you just need to you need to fly over there with a bag of money.
Right here you go. Hey, all 30 million of the thing we got. Here you go. There you go.
You made a mistake before. You gotta remember the best left tackle in the game used to play in Washington, and you guys let him go.
I know. We'll take Dallas's win-win right there.
Hey, that does win. That works for me. He's already switched from being a Houston fan. He hasn't announced it yet.
Oh yeah, with Saquon.
Once
Saquon goes there, he'll be Falcons in the NFC, Houston in the AFC.
That will be you will see me every other week. I will have a Falcons and Houston jersey.
I was like, as soon as I saw that notification, I was like, "Are you for real right now? That's the last thing we need is Saquon going to the damn Texans."
Oh man, that would be so great. Oh man. So no, the combine is fun to watch. Once again, I keep on reminding everyone that it means very little. It's the only thing that you can do right now at the combine is get hurt. It's mostly meant for medicals and making sure that the people that don't get a lot of publicity, it's an opportunity to show what they got. So, is there anyone else that you want to kind of go over with this thing?
What are your thoughts on Deshaun opting out of everything? Because he was like the first person to announce it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be there." And he was considered the number 1 corner prospect coming in.
But I think that sometimes you know you're going to be there anyway, and the only thing you could do is hurt yourself. I'm also surprised that Kool-Aid is actually going down. It's looking like a 2nd rounder now.
Yeah, Kool-Aid is struggling.
Yeah.
And then mostly used for interviews. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. These are your one-on-ones. I think Caleb had 11 one-on-ones. Jaden had 12 one-on-ones interviews. And when you're a team like that, you want to make sure you get them first. You don't want to get them last and get the leftovers of them. Because, I mean, if anyone's done those type of interviews, you get tired. You're not getting the crispness of that person. I'm just surprised overall that no one is jumping up saying they really want Caleb Williams, and yet Chicago still says, "Yeah, we gotta draft this guy." I hate this. This is driving me crazy.
You
come on, Washington. Come get the guy.
You do have a point because, all you hear is people, "Oh, we want to trade up to get a QB," but no one's like, "Oh, we want to trade up to get Caleb Williams." They're like, no, Chicago can have Caleb Williams. We'll take Drake May. We'll take Jay Daniels. We'll take JJ. Like, we're okay with them. But, hey, yeah, you take Caleb, though. Like, that's kind of the consensus, I feel like.
And then Cole said, the only way we are going to trade is if it's a huge team-changing type of trade. Mm-hmm. And everyone else said, nah, we good.
Good, yeah.
And I'm telling you this because I honestly believe Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback. I think Jaden Daniels is better.
Yeah, we touched on Caleb Williams not denying teams access to his medicals.
Yeah, and I was actually something I worry about.
I feel like that's something his dad probably did again.
Yeah, but if you're doing that and the Bears are trying to make a move for Justin Fields, they're trying to trade him, the Bears are going to hold on to him until they know for sure this guy doesn't have a problem.
Agree.
You have to, right? And if it's as I said, worry things are elbow or shoulder because he throws for all these different angles, right? So does he have an elbow issue that's going to end up coming up? Does he have a shoulder issue that's going to end up coming up? But we play in a cold weather place where you're going to get hit. It's something that's small that we're not seeing going to happen. And now you wasted this draft pick on this guy when you could have grabbed other assets.
Right.
I worry about it, but I understand why they make these decisions.
Does Caleb Williams' dad kind of give you like Lonzo Ball vibes? With some of the decisions he makes. I don't think he's as boisterous and as flamboyant and like I need all the attention as Lonzo Ball, but I just feel like he's driving on most of these like decisions that Caleb's making.
I think he thinks he has the next great thing. He believes his son is the best thing since sliced bread. He really does, and wholeheartedly. And he's not blowing smoke up anyone. He honestly believes this is what he is, and that this is my opportunity to do these great things.
Ken Coleman, slow ass 40 time, but has great game speed. Yeah,
well, that's good. That's tempo, and then also knowing how to get off and get on and off. That's going to be something that we're going to decide when you're looking at wide receivers, because not always the fast burners are good wide receivers.
Well, yeah, look at John Ross.
Exactly.
He was going to be the next big thing, and he never translated to the NFL at all. I really like Caleb's presser. He says the right things. I mean, you're not wrong. And he definitely has confidence at the press podium, but still, like Brian says, there's still something to be said that he doesn't want his medical out there.
Also, things that I will be with Caleb Williams, things I'll be talking. I want to talk to his teammates. I want to know how he was thought of in the locker room. Not by the coaches. I want to know by his team. The people want to be around him, because in the NFL, it doesn't matter how talented you are. If you're not a leader of men, people are not going to, galvanize around you, And my worry, I keep on saying my comp to Caleb Williams is less Patrick Mahomes. I feel like I don't want to seem like I'm just hating on him, but like I don't know. I just things I see red flags with him.
Oh, I did too. That's kind of why I wasn't 100% with him.
I mean,
like coming out with the FU on the fingernails, like, come on.
Talent-wise, I mean, he seems amazing, right? But
no, he does.
When I see him, I also see Kyler Murray every single time. Like, my worry is that he turns into Kyler Murray, who is good, but probably will never be great. Who has a lot of talent, but he's never going to be great. But also, you're doing it in a cold weather situation. Does that, affect everything? I think he is going to be a Bear, and I'm going to be very disappointed. No. If I know anything, I have a friend in the camp. He's picking up the phone for every discussion. I promise you this. He's picking up the phone for every discussion. Brian Poles likes Caleb Williams, but he also likes a lot of stuff. He's not leaving me. He's the next Jay Cutler for the Bears.
He said he's the next Jay Cutler.
He would live. I honestly, I believe that he's gonna go in just as every other Bear, just like every other Bear.
Oh my God, they're not getting the 8, Anthony. You can stop.
The only way
if they trade for Fields, it'll be a 2nd and a 4th.
No, so what the Bears, they already offered the 2nd and 4th, and the Bears said no.
Oh, so you're thinking they have to get the 8 to get Fields?
But you can't. If it's the 8th overall pick, the Bears will have to trade something with Fields.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the Carolina 2025 pick, 2nd round 2025 pick that they get for Carolina, I believe it'll be that pick along with Fields for the 8th pick.
Oh, there you go. Lineman, QB, and
quarterback,
receiver. I could transfer your team pretty fast.
I don't think you get offensive lineman either. I think you have to go so. That's why I was going to talk about Jared.
Well, I think defensive lineman is what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think Jared Verse makes a lot of sense. He's someone that impressed me, especially when I was looking at his bench. He's insanely strong. Carolina, Florida State, 31 reps on bench is stupid. Just it's as an edge rusher, it's stupid. I like stupid people, like people that just don't make sense. That does not make sense. I want that guy. Washington might trade down. What do you feel about that? That's your team. I don't think so. I think you're going to go to.
I don't think so either, because I haven't heard anything about trading down. I heard that we're not necessarily sold on any of these QBs.
No, I heard that you guys were sold on Caleb Williams, but you're not sold on trading.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Caleb
sorry.
Williams.
We do want Caleb Williams. You're all right. But as we keep getting closer and closer, it looks like the chances of getting him are slim to none.
Yeah, because Washington's going to not be stupid. The most you're going to get out of Washington.
Because if it was Dan Snyder, we already would have given up the part.
Yeah. But the most Washington's going to give up will be a 2nd and a 2025 first. That's the most that you will get out of Washington. Period.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, because what was that equate to? Number wise on the chart, that's basically 2 second rounders. 2025's first round pick comes to a 2nd round pick. Equates to the same amount. That's as much as they're going to give to move up one spot. They're not stupid. All these trade things that say that the Washington's going to give up, their defensive tackle, 2 first round picks. It's stupid. It's just not
to
going
move
to
up
happen.
one spot.
Deron Payne does not come to the Chicago Bears for one spot, and you get in the 2nd round. No, bro, that's not happening. It just doesn't.
If anything, it would have been Jonathan Allen, not Deron Payne.
I don't want Jonathan Allen. I want Deron.
I know, but we're not going to give up Deron.
Not for one pick. It just doesn't make sense. So, honestly, I don't know how much sense it makes to give this the 2nd and the 2025 first, but that's how much
value,
you're looking at. That's where it starts at.
I agree.
And if it happens, it happens. Only way I can see it happening is if a red flag comes up when Poles talks to Caleb Williams. When he goes to this pro day, he talks to him and there's an issue. Then they'll do that. But then why will Washington go ahead and trade for him if there is an issue?
Right.
It is what it is.
And it says most teams in top 5 think about trading down. I don't know about most.
No.
I think New England's changed their stance. I think they're actually interested
going for QB.
I think they like Drake May or Jaden Daniels, depending on who's
both.
there.
Exactly what they say. They said
so
either one of these
think
guys could be our
they
guy.
stand pat. And then obviously 4, 5 is the Chargers.
So Arizona said they would be interested at 4, the trading going down. But I think that's only if Marvin Harrison Jr. is gone.
Mm-hmm. And one of the QBs is available. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'm trading.
Which could happen, because I've heard rumblings that we actually do like Marvin Harrison a lot.
Because you got to collect them all. You guys are literally Thanos. And you got the Infinity Gauntlet, and you need all the Ohio State great wide receivers all on one team.
That's right. Get them all. Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel. Marvin Harrison.
We need them all on one team.
Olave, you're next.
To throw the ball. Exactly.
We're getting you next, Olave.
Garrett Wilson, you're on the trading block. We're going for you next.
Right, Garrett Wilson, Olave, we're bringing you in too. Don't worry.
Oh man. Then the snap, and they all go down in injury.
Yeah.
If he's not leader of men, then he's the next Jay Cutler for the bitch. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I believe you. Poles is picking up the phone for everything. The thing, and Poles put a price on everything. So I think the price for Justin Fields is a first round pick. If you don't get a first round pick, then you call on Justin Fields. The price for Caleb Williams is 3 first rounders. And that's in the whole thing. So like if you trade Washington, you get a first rounder and a second rounder, right? Then you trade down again. And you say, okay, now I get 2 more first rounders. So if you get 3 first rounders, 2 second rounders, that's a team changing, franchise changing type of trade. That's what they're looking for. This is a double trade down situation, but you need to first know that a second team will be willing to do that. So all these calls are being had to see what someone's willing to give. Yeah.
Yep.
They absolutely should if they aren't sold on the available QBs. Everyone should trade now if they're not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is kind of hard with someone like Marvin Harrison Jr. sitting right there, though.
Yeah, the Maserati, the everything.
See,
what
you're
been
getting. Like a typical year where you have your 3 quarterbacks, and then you're like, then you obviously trading down would be the answer. But with Marvin Harrison sitting there, it's one of those things where it's like, even though we know we're stacked at wide receiver, you add this guy. Ooh.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden if we do see a trade, say the Bears do go down one spot. They could still go QB because they like Jay Daniels, or they go Marvin Harrison. I can see either one of them. Yeah. That's that stomach. Bears Bloods, what's happening? Central Fields trade still not open. Still not happening. Okay, just making sure. Still not happening.
He's like, well, no, what did I get?
As a Bears fan, would you really trust our front office's judgment anyways if we didn't feel good about Caleb? If the Bears said Caleb Williams is a bust, I think I will be very concerned because he's not a bust. There's in no world is Caleb Williams a bust. I think he's definitely a good QB. I just don't know if he's the best QB in this draft. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if he's very similar to Justin Fields, and that will piss me off. Yeah. If I get a guy who does the same thing Justin Fields does, I think he has more arm talent and less leg talent. But if he does this very similar, fumble the ball when he's running, he has to secure the ball, he's less of a leader, things like that, and it ends up equating to the same thing, then that'll piss me off.
But look at Ryan Poles' track record. It's not like he's been missing on a lot of things he's done. Brought in Darnell Wright, baller. Yep. Brought in DJ Moore, turned your receiving core around. Brought in Montez Sweat. Yep. Blew up for you guys. Now you guys have a fairly good defense. Yeah. Ryan Poles is doing the right things.
Mm-hmm. He is. I always question his Roquan.
That was the first big move he did, but
yeah, I question it. But if you got two linebackers for one, basically what you got,
he questions it. But how many goddamn linebackers do you have on your team now?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
you got way too many.
It looks good though. What's his name? Almost led the entire NFL in tackles.
Edmonds.
Yeah. So. No, not Edmonds.
Wasn't Edmonds?
Edwards. TJ Edwards almost led the NFL in tackles. Edmonds looks decent. He's not. He's a lower class Roquan Smith. But you got both of them for the price of one. So that's when you.
That's what I'm saying. He's not as good as Roquan, but he's also getting paid a lot less. So
exactly.
And I think that was the point Ryan Poles was trying to make.
And I'll say this: Tevin Jenkins moving him to guard was a great move too. And it was a great decision overall.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I heard this is basically going to happen. So I can't find anyone who does this is going to happen. The defensive end, not the quarterback, obviously. But I said this in front of my dad, in front of my mom, and my mom was like, what? And I was like, and she just looked at me and she went, oh, we're talking about the defense of Josh Allen, aren't we? I was like, yes. Unfortunately,
Josh
Allen. I heard this is almost as done of a deal as there is out there.
I don't know, man. Then why would you get rid of Montez Sweat and then just get Josh Allen? Like, what was the point? Why didn't you just hold on to Montez Sweat?
It's a great question. I don't have the answer, but I'll take it.
Well, I guess it's the same thing what I just talked about, right? This is what I just talked about. Why get rid of Roquan for Tremaine Edmonds?
Mm-hmm.
And it's why if I get TJ Edwards and Tremaine
Edmonds. That's basically what you did. You traded Roquan Smith and then you signed Tremaine Edmonds in free agency.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell you do it for, but it is what it is.
And then if it works, it works. But we got to get edge rushers, otherwise this Dan Quinn defense ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that's true.
Get Josh Allen,
who's a monster, who is a real monster.
That'd be crazy fit for him.
And you got 2 second round picks if you don't trade up.
Yep.
Yeah, another one.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. We can get Josh Allen, get another one in the draft. Like defense.
And now you have to really look at your line. Your offensive line is so terrible.
Oh, offensive line for sure. And then linebackers.
You eventually need your linebackers too. Like, oh man.
I mean, corners could use help, but I feel like they're young.
Oh, your defensive ends make them better.
There's that. But also, I think Dan Quinn working with these young corners. I mean, look what he did with Bland and Diggs. Mm-hmm. Like, I think he'll help them.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about the secondary, but I'm worried about linebacker, defense, like edge rushing, and then offensive line are the 3 big needs.
Offensive line is huge. It don't matter who's the quarterback. It doesn't matter who's the quarterback. If you have offensive line, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And you can't do anything, then you're in trouble.
I mean, for me, quarterback isn't as big of an issue as apparently everybody else makes it out to be. Because, like I said, I like Sam Howell.
But they see him every day, so I don't know. That's why when I start hearing things and everyone that see him every day, then you say, okay, maybe there's something there. Glad Marvin's not here. We can turn this into a show.
The Washington and Bears show.
This is what we do.
Commander Bears show.
Looks like the exact same thing as me and Tank on Tuesday.
He's just so angry, and I'm like, bro, we have the first 2 picks of the draft.
I know.
It's hard to tiptoe until the draft is over.
This is what it is.
It is what it is. Mostly Bears with sprinkled in some Commanders because, like I said, we are in talks possibly to trade up.
Yeah, we're intertwined. This is just what it is.
It's just what it is. Like I can't get away, and he just always gets so angry. And I'm like, I hope the Falcons. That's why I was trying to get the Falcons to trade with the Bears. Like, oh, now I got to talk about the Falcons all the time.
No, what's going to happen is I'm telling you, you're going to trade with us. We're going to trade with the Falcons.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Oh my god, all 3 of our teams just.
That would be hilarious. I'll love it.
Right.
Speaking of edge rushes, does the neck injury for Latu scare you? Yes. Very much so. He's not on my list. Like he would literally have to be. I wouldn't be surprised if someone takes a flyer on him. I understand, but I think he ends up being a early second round pick. So someone takes a flyer on because that neck injury does worry me a lot. And all mock drafts have him still going high. But
I mean, when you're 6'5", 265.
Yeah, but when someone's had that many injuries, and he leads with his face.
That's probably why he has so many injuries.
Yeah. So I mean that scares me a lot. And his medical scared me, and I'm not huge. I'm not there for it.
What about the corner who ran the super fast 40 and then popped his hip?
Oh my god.
That's gotta suck. You can hear it pop in the video. You can hear it pop in the video too. It's gnarly. Like the announcers were even like, did we just hear his hip pop? Was that a hip pointer? And the next thing you know, he's like, like holding his hip and limping. Like, yep, he got a hip pointer. Popped his hip out.
All right, all right. I know we said we're only going an hour. It's my wife's birthday. That's why I'm trying to get out of here soon. But I do want to talk about running back before we do.
Okay.
Did any running back do anything to you to make you think that they're worth a top of the second round pick?
I mean, honestly, not really. There was nothing that the running backs did. I mean, I feel like they didn't necessarily hurt themselves, but I don't really think that hurt
Nate Wiggins
themselves.
is the dude with the 4.28 that popped his hip.
Yeah, Nate Wiggins is the one who popped his hip. Yeah. But yeah, no.
I didn't see any running back because,
No.
the dude out of Louisville ran a real good 40, which is amazing. And then was it dude out of Tennessee? Was it Wright, Jalen Wright?
Maybe.
Yeah, Jalen Wright out of Tennessee. I think that was another thing. I don't think any of these guys impressed me. Honestly, running back, none of them.
Nope.
Even with the 40 times or any of the strength or anything. You know, I was surprised by Blake Corum running a 4.53. Oh, he's a 4.3 guy.
Mm-hmm. Be like, bro, for 5'8", you got to be a little quicker, man.
Just, no, I wasn't impressed at all by that. The only guy I think that might be even good in the second round is Trey Benson. So I don't know.
Says wasn't running back from Notre Dame. Pretty good.
I have no one in my top 45 picks at running back. He's talking about Estime. Yeah, Estime.
Audric.
Yeah, Audric Estime.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, and
he time could benefit Rams. Oh, the Rams are going to get him, and he's going to ball out.
No, so did you see Estime's 40?
Apparently, it was not good.
Oh, I ran a faster 40 than he did.
Oh my God! No way.
I was like, yeah, bro. Can't be running 740s, man.
Yeah, that's his name.
At running back? No, you can't be running 740s, man.
Yeah, I just said his poor 40 time could benefit the Rams.
Yeah, because you can get him in the 4th round, 5th round.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bro's big though, 227.
But 4.71 is.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's
especially
awful.
for a running back. Yeah, for a running back. Yeah.
I'm 6'4". That was 248. Yeah, and I ran a 4.71. So it's like, come on, man, you can't be doing that. No.
Okay, guys, let's predict what team will be the first to draft a running back.
That's a good question.
It is a good question because I got a couple that I would think. Green Bay, because it looks like what's his name might be gone. Why can I not think of his name? Oh my God, the guy who's been there forever.
No, you're not saying. I hate him because he runs all over our Bears.
Yeah, why can I not think it? Braden has them in fantasy. Why am I drawing such a blank right now? Oh my
I can see his face, but I can't think of it because I know Dylan, AJ Dylan. I think is going to be gone, but
Aaron something
Jones.
Yeah. I was like, so why can I not think of his name?
AJ Dylan is also another guy that I think is going to be gone.
So I think both AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones could be gone. Obviously the Cowboys because Pollard could be gone.
And Pollard's
Chargers. Not good. Yeah, Chargers. I saw something today that the Eagles are going to let Swift go.
Really?
And we're the favorites to get him.
Hey, that's what running backs go to die, I guess. I don't know why.
3 years, because we don't have Gibson anymore. We're letting him go.
Yeah, but you got Robinson.
Yeah, so we have Swift and Robinson. We got the speedy, agile guy and then the bruiser.
I guess. You had that last year and it didn't work. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But I guess we're going to offer him like 3 years, $11 million a season.
No, really?
I guess. That's why we're the favorites to land him.
Yeah, you're going to pay him $11 million?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I was like, oh, Lord.
Auntie only got $6 million a year.
I know. I was like, $11 million for this guy?
Oh, okay. Fine.
So, but yeah, I heard that. I was like, interesting. I mean, I'll take Swift over Pollard. No offense, but
honestly, I would be looking as far as running back. Giants would be looking at running back. Green Bay will be looking
that's
at
back
running
to
back.
that though. Like Giants, Chargers, Cowboys, Packers. But the top four, I think, looking at running back.
Yeah, I think so. And I
maybe
don't think
Bengals. Maybe Bengals.
I don't think anyone drafts a running back until pick 50. I won't say there's 50 picks.
So back of the second, huh?
Yeah.
And Brooks will be the first one.
Yep.
So maybe Cowboys. Packers?
Maybe Cowboys. Maybe Cowboys in the back of the second, or Green Bay.
Trade back up there. Yep. Well, even then, they might have to trade up a little bit.
Yeah.
They probably have to trade up a little bit, but that wouldn't take much, probably.
No, yeah, you throw in a fourth rounder.
Yeah, fourth rounder. Yep. I was like, here's a fourth rounder. Let us get up there. Here's our second rounder.
He's that slow, turn him into a fullback. But no, he's very good though. Like he understand. Some people just are bad at running during the game. You know what I'm saying? Like running outside the game. Some people just have game speed. When you're just able to just run and cut and just be flow naturally.
Well, that's what Braden was saying about what's his name, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Find it. Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman.
Slow has 40 time, but has great game speed.
And when you can run routes, that matters. You know, you don't drop your hips when you're trying to cut. So like running and then not dropping your hips is so hard.
They might go running back.
Oh, they have to.
Brooks to Green Bay and Benson to the Ravens.
I like that.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh, Aaron Jones. Yeah, thank you. I was like, why? My brain sometimes.
Yeah, I just hate Aaron Jones so much, and the fact
Aaron Jones kills us every year.
He does. He destroys. I don't know what it is. Like he will be hurt all season and sees the Bears. And he's like, "Oh, this is my get right game." How? We were second in running.
Oh, circle this right here. Circle it right here. Got this game.
I know they can't stop me.
Right? Play you week 1, go off, shut down for 5 weeks.
No, he shut down for 10 weeks. He didn't do nothing for 10 more weeks.
Wait till it's like, Bears back again. We got this.
Oh my gosh, I hate it so much. Ugh.
That's funny.
I'm glad it's turned to a Bears show, but guess what? I'm doing it again on Tuesday.
Right.
We're going to do this. We're going to talk about the combine. We're going to go more focus into the Bears on Tuesday. So these slow 40 times were such a good example about how the combine isn't everything. Yeah, it must be evaluated in context with the tape as your primary evaluation tool. Lucas, that's exactly true. That's exactly what it is. And if you're not looking at the film and you're being wowed by these 40 things, these 40 times or the bench press numbers or the vertical and all this stuff, because there are a lot of people that are athletes that are not football players, and there's some people that are football players and not athletes. So that's just two different things, and you need to know that. So I really enjoyed your show, guys. Thanks for filling in my questions. Happy birthday to your wife, man. Have an excellent day. I appreciate it, Lucas.
Appreciate it, man.
That's great. Thank you, came in. Come in again on Tuesday. We will talk about all this stuff. I'll break the combine more specifically for the Bears and any rumors that are going on, because we hear all the Justin Fields rumors. I will talk to my contact and we'll talk about this stuff then.
This guy, I'll talk to my contact.
Gotta figure out what's actually going to happen, guys.
Right.
But everyone that was in the comments, thank you today. Mark, thanks for jumping on right now.
No problem.
But if I want to stay married, I need to go celebrate this woman who's stayed with me for all these 13 years. So appreciate it. I better run. Thank you, guys, and we will see you next Sunday. We'll see you this Tuesday coming up, and Wednesday on Dynasty Pylon. For everybody else, we'll see you guys later. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Later, guys.